This is an updated video regarding my Marvel figurine collection, my Marvel Classic figurine collection. These are based on the original Marvel comic books published between the 1970s and 1980s. That is why it is called the Classic Marvel Figurine Collection, because it's based on the classic Marvel comics. These were released by Eaglemoss in the UK, which have a lead base, and so they're really high quality, hand-painted with a lead base, so there's a lot of weight to these. The American versions are not a lead base, so they're a little cheaper, they're more plasticky. So all of these are the UK versions. We have Sasquatch here. To start off, he's a bigger figurine. He's very, very cool. Then we have the Lizard. He's got a lot of detail on him as well. There's a little scuff on his tongue. You can see there. And all of the bases have Marvel on the front bases, which is really cool. Then you've got Pyro, which is a very cool one here. Then you've got the Human Torch, who's a member of the Fantastic Four. All of these are incredibly detailed figurines. You can see the dust on the bases. I should try to dust them at some point. This is Iron Fist, who is extremely cool. He's one of my favorites. Here is Beast of the X-Men. He is very cool as well. All of these are incredibly detailed figurines. This is Sandman. I really like how the base is sand and it slowly forms into a man, Sandman. This is Kraven the Hunter, Spider-Man villain, so I put the Spider-Man villains together here. This is the Absorbing Man, and his chain here is an actual chain, which is kind of cool. And you can see how he starts to turn into, stone. Then you've got, the muscliest guys. You've got Doc Samson, who's a Hulk sidekick. So he's got the, the ridiculous green hair, which is really cool. And I love his outfit. It just screams 80s comics. You've got Bishop of the X-Men beside him. Another really, really cool one. I love his blaster on the back there. And his outfit's really great, too. Then you have Captain Marvel, Genisvel. And this is where I put my two captains together so far. And he is just very cool. His skin or his suit, I'm not sure which it is exactly, because I've not read this particular character's comic stories. It's like stars. It's the stars. It's very comic themed. It's very cool. Themed of like, the stars. Starry skies. Then you've got Captain Britain. Brian Burdock, I think is his name, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's, shoot, I can't remember, but I'll edit in what his actual name was. He is extremely cool. Got a great Union Jack all over his themed costume. Then we get to the supernatural section. This includes Blade here, who looks absolutely incredible. He's got a little knife. It's hard to see from the angle I have it at, but he's got a knife in there. And then weapons all over, including his blade, which is a bit bent, but that's alright. I think the detail on him is really good, too. Down to even red on the sunglasses. It's incredible. Then you've got Ghost Rider here. Ghost Rider is absolutely fantastic. Look at all the detail there. Keep having to refocus it because keep zooming in and out, but it's an absolutely incredible looking figurine. The chain on his body moves around as well. But he is one of my favorites. And here is my favorite, which is Moon Knight. It was absolutely incredible. Look at that cape, how he's holding it. He's got his little daggers in his hands. Look at the crescent moon there. Look at the hood. It's absolutely brilliant. Look at that. All of these hand-painted in lead. They're all quite heavy as figures. Then you've got another favorite of mine, Werewolf by Night. Look at the detail here. His claws, even painted. Look at the face. Absolutely amazing. The green ripped jeans. This is such a brilliant figurine. Looks like it's bursting off of the comics pages. Absolutely brilliant. And then finishing off with Man Wolf, who is another wolf themed, not as supernatural themed, but wolf themed. So he's here as well. He's quite minimal, but he's got the chain that gives him his wolf powers under there. He was an astronaut. He's J. Jonah Jameson's son. I think his name's J. Jonah Jameson Jr. actually, but he's great as well. So look at this lineup. Absolutely beautiful figures, so colorful, so vibrant, so full of life. These were made between 2006 and I think 2016, but they stopped doing the classic line, unfortunately, and did ones based on the movies. And I like the movies, but bring back the classic figurine line. There's so many more characters that they can do, and they just look so incredibly vibrant. And when they're all together, they look amazing, absolutely amazing. I just absolutely love these figurines. So very cool. You can get a couple of the UK ones in the US, but you're going to pay more because they were specifically imported in by somebody. So, shipping costs, transportation costs is harder to get. I got most of these when I was in Britain and brought them back in my suitcase, but I had to be really careful because I didn't want any of them to, shatter because they're very breakable being, lead, cast in lead figurines. So, yeah. It'll cost you a bit more, but the UK ones are definitely worth getting over the American versions. All of these are the UK ones, and they're just extremely heavy. Like Moon Knight especially is one of the heaviest ones. Like genuinely, like really heavy. You'd be surprised. These are like D&D style miniatures cast in lead, like really high quality ones. They're all, decently tall. This is a standard soda can in comparison to them. Well, I could have just shown that. So, they're decently tall, but they are incredibly cool, and I am very glad to have been able to pick up so many of these amazing classic Marvel figurines. They're very, very cool.